Greetings, everybody. Dave DeWalt here, the founder and CEO of NightDragon, coming to you live from San Francisco at the RSA Cybersecurity Conference. So excited to be here in San Francisco. Over 40,000 people, I believe, are here in San Francisco talking about my favorite topic, cybersecurity. This is my 21st year doing RSA. I feel old sometimes when I'm saying that, but so fun. Really proud to partner with NASDAQ. Thank you, NASDAQ. This NightVision series, we call it, where we get a chance to interview CEOs of kind of the rising titans, I like to say, the up-and-coming titans of the industry. And today I have a special guest I'll get to in 1 second. But this year as well, and hopefully permanently, I have a co-host, Dave Chen. David Chen is the Global Head of Technology Investment Banking for Morgan Stanley. My friend and partner for 25 years, doing everything. Thank you so much for coming on, and appreciate all the stuff you've done for the security industry as well. It's fun. So I'm now going to call it the Dave and Dave Show from here on out instead of NightVision. We'll have a lot of fun with that. Sumit's here with us as well, Proofpoint CEO. Last year we had a chance to chat, and I think you were 4 or 5 months into the job. Now, a year later, you've gotten your arms around Proofpoint, one of the greatest companies, by the way, Proofpoint. I've seen the company grow for, I don't know, my whole career, and it's pretty amazing. So welcome. Tell everybody just for a minute what Proofpoint all does and kind of how the company has expanded for a second, if you would.
No, first of all, thanks for having me, Dave and Dave, and great to be invited back, I guess. Listen, I've had the pleasure of leading Proofpoint now 18 months. Proofpoint, for those of you who don't know, is focused on preventive part of cybersecurity. We call it human-centric security because if you think about in today's day and age, all the attacks are coming in through socially engineered threats on individuals. And it's the people who end up either maliciously or accidentally lose data. That's the problem we solve, preventing inbound threats and data being lost. And we call it human-centric security. We serve enterprises to small enterprises and even managed service providers with 85 out of Fortune 100 and nearly 30 to 35%.
What can you say about the size of customer base, kind of things, whatever you can say there?
Listen, we've publicly talked about it. The company is a scale company. We're a $2 billion plus ARR company with, at this point of time, tens of thousands of customers and thousands of managed service providers using our technology.
How's the weight feel in the back for the CEO role right now?
You know, I've survived last 18 months and the business is doing well. Until the business is well, I'm smiling. So.
There you go. I love it that you're smiling.
Right. Yeah, so maybe step back and, when you joined 18 months ago, the company recently was publicly traded and then it became private. What did you see in the company, and then what was sort of the playbook, if you will, in terms of what you wanted to do with the business?
I think when it comes to cybersecurity, I saw just this landscape completely scattered, very fragmented, and I saw that with Proofpoint as this large technology player has the opportunity to provide a holistic platform for human-centric security. It was clear. You look at the top 5 cybersecurity players, Proofpoint being one of those 5. Proofpoint is the only one that does what we do, which is human-centric security, okay? And I saw the opportunity of focusing the company and going deep into building best-in-class platform, okay, rather than diluting ourselves and trying to do too many things. And when I say too many things, I see 2 parallel technology platforms in SASE, in cyber. SASE, which is your last line of defense, and XDR, which is detection and response. And we complement those 2 by providing a preventive solution, and we call it human-centric security platform. And I saw the opportunity to say, these are the 3 platforms from a runtime cybersecurity perspective that will be the platforms of the future. And that's how it's turning out to be. And by focusing, innovating, going deep into the solution, and ensuring we provide best-in-class platform, we're seeing the momentum, we're seeing growth in the business.
Drill into human-centric security for a minute, because in the era of AI now, the word human's getting quite interesting. I saw a recent threat report, which I thought was pretty amazing. A human-generated spear phishing campaign, I think, had a success rate of click-through of about 12%. A generative AI spear phishing campaign was 54%. So now the age of AI has gotten so good at these major campaigns that we're seeing defeating machine learning AI tools is harder and harder, making your company even more important. Talk a little bit about the era of AI threats and also how you're using AI to defeat those threats.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right. Gone are the days when, if you remember, just 5 years ago, you could look at an email and say, this is misspelled. You have enough flaws in terms of how the email was written. So as a result, click-through rate was low. Well, gone are those days. Right now, it doesn't matter what language it's in.
Right.
And the language is perfectly written and crafted. So in other words, just social engineering becomes so much easier to get something out of. Secondly, we're seeing sophisticated attacks are now being run in more volume. Okay, so as a result, it's not just the largest of the enterprise that need the most sophisticated protection. It's everyone who needs it. So we have done three things actually to respond. Firstly, we've expanded our business globally. Japan, Middle East, other parts of the world, which now are seeing these significant threat volumes grow. Second, we're using AI to defend against these AI. We launched these, actually last year at this conference, we announced that we will be bringing language models to detect the intent, because you can't just have semantic models. Yeah. So we now have intent-based language models that is defending and protecting all our customers. And they keep getting better quarter over quarter in a scary good way, okay? And then third, we brought our solutions that is one-click simple with our Microsoft partnership. It's integrated into Office 365. You just go in, one API, most sophisticated AI models in partnership with Microsoft available to all our customers so that it can go down market, not just ones that can invest in deep technology and need all the knobs and controls, which is what large enterprises do, and that's how we started. But now all the sophistication of our technology is available to all the customers. That expands the addressable market for us, both globally as well as in the mid and small enterprises.
Well articulated.
Yeah, that's nice. Speaking of expanding the addressable market, Proofpoint, historically known as a strong email-oriented company. Give us a sense for just the evolution of the product portfolio and who you focus on. I mean, Dave is focused on spear phishing. You mentioned email, but
it's actually interesting. Email security is about it's important. It's about 40% of our business. Yeah. So 60% of our business is beyond email. There are really three sort of parts of our business. Email being 40% of the business. It's about 25 to 30% of the business that we do in building the remaining threats that go beyond email security. This is where your suppliers are being spoofed, you are being misauthenticated, your human resiliency and building just in general, all of us being, just trained and simulations that need to be done in the right way to bring human and threat resiliency. That's about 30% of the business. And the fastest growing and the most exciting part of our business is data security. Okay, data security and governance has become a big issue, especially with the emergence of cloud and how people work in terms of just people's workspaces have grown. And Gartner just released, exiting last year, we were nearly tied as number one market share in this space. Just 4 years ago, we started building in this market. We're the fastest grower in the overall market. And we believe, based on our business growth that we did in the first quarter, we may have surpassed and taken a clear market leadership position after the last quarter. So we're really excited about it. We did an acquisition of a company called Normalize at the end of last year. And at this conference today, we announced, or actually last week, today we're showcasing it, we integrated our data security and DLP together. Because think about it, the biggest issue in data loss prevention is to set up all the rules. And
so hard.
It's hard, okay? It slows down, so only those who have to do it, do it. The reality is everyone needs to do it, okay? So we made it so we have an agentic AI-based technology that goes out and discovers all of your data, classifies it, and sets up DLP rules for you. Yeah. One click, okay? Yeah. So that's the power of AI coming in and making all the technology that's needed, but because you don't have enough time and manpower to implement it, now with deep focus in human-centric security, we can make it real for everyone.
I love your passion, my friend. It's really fun to hear the vision and strategy coming to fruition under your leadership. And I love the data security direction, especially in the era of AI, that's really creating threats, new threats, plus all the work you're doing to defend us. Thank you. Last question, real quick. What do you see the company doing in the next couple of years? Do you want to go public again? Do you like being private?
I like being private, but I think more than likely at our scale, which is the natural liquidity, and for our current investors, we will be looking at public markets. You just got to open the markets up.
Yeah. I wish I could do that. That's his job over here.
That is true. The wrong Dave.
Stanley, help me.
I'll get right to that.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of Proofpoint Sumit, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Dave.
you.
Thank you
Congrats
very much.
on all your
Yeah.
success.